Hi there, it's Jenna from scribblinggrace.com. Today I'm going to be doing some finger painting with you. Today I'm working on Galatians 6 verse 9, which says, "And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." So I'm prepping my page by just putting a piece of printer paper underneath the page I'm working on, outlining my verse, again Galatians 6:9. And then I'm going to go ahead and gather some acrylic paints to do some finger painting. Finger painting is one of my favorite things to do in my journaling Bible because it's just so much fun. Brings me back to my childhood. And, I really just truly believe that Bible journaling is really just supposed to be fun and just not about creating the perfect leaf shape, but really just about digging deep into the Word, enjoying your time spending with the Lord, and worshiping Him. So we're just going to have some fun, okay? All right, so I put some acrylic paints on my paper plate, which is my little palette, and I am using my Apple Barrel acrylic paints from Walmart, the really cheap kind, but really you could use any brand acrylic paints that you'd like. No acrylic paints should ever bleed through a journaling Bible page. I do recommend using a matte acrylic if you can find one. That just helps to prevent the pages from sticking once the paint is dry. Matte seems to work a little bit better. And I just do highly recommend the Apple Barrel, cheap Apple Barrels, as a paint option. So I'll also put links to all of the supplies that I'm using in the blog post that goes along with this video at scribblinggrace.com/fingerpaintingflowers, and I'll put that link in the description below. So here I am finger painting. So I'm just doing my background right now with my yellow color and a little bit of white. So I'm just taking my finger, dipping it into the yellow, dipping it into the white, and then just rubbing it on my page. So this kind of is creating those dual tones in my background, but of course this is just what I'm doing, and I would really encourage you to do whatever you want to do. So if you want a solid background, just use the one color. You of course don't have to do yellow, you could use whatever colors you want. And I'm just moving my finger around to make sure that I'm getting a pretty good, even background there. And now I'm going to go ahead and do my flowers. This is where it gets really fun. And again, we're just finger painting. We're just enjoying the time in the Word. We're not trying to create the perfect flower or most realistic flower. We're just painting a good idea of a flower here with our fingers. So I'm just taking my pinky and I dipped it into my dark pink color and tap that onto my Bible journaling page, and that's going to be the center of my flower. Then with my finger that still has a little bit of that pink paint on it, I dip it into the white. So then I get a light pink color without having to mix colors around. And that way I get the varied tones of the dark pink and the white as well. So I'm just dabbing my finger around into a circular shape. So I do my center dot and then picking up more of that white, and I'm just swiping my finger around into a circle. And that kind of just creates those petal look. I'll show you again. There's my dot in the center. It's not a perfect dot. And then I'm just taking my finger, swiping it around into a circle shape. And it's not going to be perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. Again, we're just finger painting and enjoying the process. So I'm just going to continue on painting these flowers around my Bible journaling page, and then I'll go ahead and add some quote-unquote leaves. So for my leaves, again, I'm not trying to create the perfect leaf shape. I'm just trying to create the impression of leaves. So I'm just picking up a sorry about the baby. I'm just picking up a green color and just swiping it around in the spots where I would normally paint leaves in, and just trying to create somewhat of a ovally leaf shape, I guess. And I like to work in pairs of 2, so each flower gets 2 to 4 leaves, and I try to just fill in those empty spaces with a little bit of green. I'm just drying my page with my craft heat gun now, and that's it for my painting portion, my finger painting portion. One of the reasons why I love finger painting in my Bible is because you get that fingerprint in your Bible page, which I feel like is just so perfect for Bible journaling, and it just helps to document that you were the one that did this. And it's just so much fun. So anyways, I'm adding my lettering now. So I'm writing out, let us not grow weary of doing good. Again, the verse I'm working on is Galatians 6:9, which says, let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. So I'm using my Tombow Funosuke brush pen to do some calligraphy here. But of course, if you're not comfortable doing hand lettering, you could use stickers or stamps to add your verse or lettering. And you could also just do your normal handwriting, write out a prayer. I'm also going to add a little bit of my normal handwriting to this and write out a little prayer in the bottom section of my page here. So I do have a tutorial, a couple tutorials on hand lettering. So if you are new here, be sure to head on over to the blog post that goes along with this video, scribblinggrace.com/finger painting flowers, and there you'll find links to all the supplies that I'm using and links to other tutorials like my brush calligraphy tutorial and faux calligraphy tutorial and things where you can learn all about that stuff. So I felt like my lettering was blending in a little bit too much with my background. So I took my Uniposca paint pen to add some white highlight, and then I just took my Tombow again and just made my lettering a little bit thicker. And then again, just with that paint pen, adding a little bit of highlight into the black to lighten it up a little bit. So I was really happy with that. If you don't have the paint pen, you could totally use a white gel pen. I just had the paint pen near me, and I find that the paint pens work really well. And so yeah, again, the paint pens normally do bleed through, but since this is on top of acrylic paint, that acrylic paint acts as a barrier and keeps any bleed through from happening. So I'm really happy with how this page ended up turning out. It's not perfect. It's not the perfect flowers, but it was really wonderful time spent in the Word. Finger painting, which is just, it was just fun, which I just love. I love those fun pages. So anyways, I'll show you the back side as well, and you can see that there's no bleed through. There's a little bit at that top corner where the paint just kind of went over the edge of the page, but that's nothing I'm worried about. Yeah, so again, be sure to check out the blog post at scribblinggrace.com/fingerpaintingflowers, and I'll put that link in the description below. Head on over there to find all the fun stuff. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope that you have a really wonderful day, and I hope that my loud baby in the background wasn't too distracting. All right, God bless.